many notable residents.
Starting this weekend, some streets will be closed in Newark ahead of the MTV Video Music Awards. Officials are warning of gridlock on Monday night because of the award show at the Prudential Center. Right now, Newark's public safety director is detailing the various street closures. Let's listen in.
All eyes will be on the event, so all eyes will be on the city, and it's important that we're prepared. We have a robust security plan. We're not doing it alone. We have help from our state, our federal, our county, our municipal police departments, from the rest of Essex County. So I think it's important. We do plan for these types of events at the arena. We've had the Pope, we've had the President, we had Dalai Lama, but she's no Taylor Swift. Okay, so you know, we have. So it's important that we prepare. We're going to have a lot of movie stars in one setting, and we have a lot of spectators. There's a lot of people that are going to try to, you know, get a glance at some of the spectators. So we have to be prepared for that. We have to be prepared for the rest of the city. Just because this is going on in the downtown district, we still have an obligation to deliver police services for the rest of the citizens of the city, and that will not be interrupted. So I think that's important. We will, some of the things that we're doing on our security plan, we're going to open up our emergency operations center that evening, well actually that day. We're going to have a field command post. To my right is Deputy Chief Jose Gonzalez, who will be the overall commander. To my left is Captain Brian O'Hara, which will be the Deputy Commander of Field Operations. That will be on the ground from 8 o'clock Monday morning until the end. We're preparing for some locations where there's going to be after parties. We're preparing for that. You know, what's important to us, we're going to have 6 zones. Naturally, we have a critical zone, which will be the immediate area of the arena and streets that run parallel and adjacent to it. We are going to have, it's going to branch out all our ingress and egress routes into the city. We'll have a police presence, also a traffic presence, because we want to move traffic for people coming in. So I think that it's important that we're going to have plainclothes officers, at least 50 to 75 plainclothes officers from the Newark Police Division, the County Prosecutor's Office, and the FBI. Naturally, that big T word, terrorism, you know, we're also on alert and been talking to Special Agent Greg Erie, the FBI, as far as addressing that. So we're prepared with our partners. We're going to have our last meeting for the event with all the commanding officers after this press conference. And we go over every possible scenario that could occur, from a blackout to a fire to something major that could occur, or somebody trying to disrupt the event. So we are working with the arena security people. We're working with the security company that was hired by the production company that will be wanting people and will be securing and making sure that the people are secured. So you know, this is a very tedious plan that we have to go through because there's only 15,000 that they're expecting. We've had a lot more, but again, I say that we're having all these stars at one time, which is going to create the people that want to come down, the observers that want to take a quick peek at some of these people. So I'm confident that the staff of the police division and our partners in law enforcement, we can't do it alone, that this will be successful, and you know, it'll be another positive thing for the city of Newark. Any questions?
Your press release advises people to go to mass transit.
Good point.
NJ Transit has put out several advisories they're detouring something like 5 different buses, and they've notified people that Port Authority, Penn Station, Secaucus Junction, the word they used was gridlock. Have you asked them to add extra trains? Have you discussed this with them? Because it doesn't look like they're
Yes.
expecting the same kind of issue.
Well, yes, so let me,
Excuse me, before you answer, just take a step back because your jacket's rubbing against one of those microphones.
oh, okay. I'm not wearing a microphone. So let me say this, that that's one of the first things that we did during our first preparation meeting. We contacted New Jersey Transit. The business administrator has reached out. The mayor personally reached out. That we want to make sure that they have trains that are going to be available. We were told that the last train is about 11 o'clock that evening, and this event ends at 10:45. They assured the administration that there will be extra trains and they will go later. Okay, I think the detouring of, and it's listed here, the streets that are going to be closed. Mulberry Street's going to be closed from 8:30 in the morning. Market Street's going to be closed from 10 o'clock in the morning from Washington to Mulberry. I think Broad Street, the one lane of traffic northbound from Franklin Street to Lafayette Street, is going to be closed from about 4 o'clock that afternoon. I think that we've sent out notifications to our partners in the downtown area and the corporate world down here in our corporations and businesses. We've asked them to either work from home, stagger their hours, to do something, and we have some positive feedback. Our OEM been working with them. We have some positive feedback that a lot of people, our federal courts, our superior courts, City Hall, the mayor announced today that City Hall will be closed at 1 o'clock, and the people will be, work in other capacities. So I think that it's a good. Another thing, it's the last week of the summer. A lot of people take vacation, so I think that, if everyone says what they're going to do, that we should be. I don't think the gridlock will be that bad, but we're preparing. We're preparing for this like November 15th snowstorm. When can I finish, Tony?
I'm sorry.
When the arteries clog up, the heart stops, and we want to make sure that the arteries are all open, that people can come into the city and leave the city to the best that we can do. Tony?
I was just wondering, what do you want to tell people that may want to come down and see the event? No backpacks, are you checking all that stuff now they do for New Year's Eve in the city?
Yes.
They tell people don't bring stuff.
There's definitely no backpacks, no umbrellas, no types of, no backpacks allowed. The security company is going to be warning people. That gets even closer. The police are also being alerted that there's no backpacks that will be allowed to be carried. The big thing to this is that the people that want to come to look at, to see if they can get a glimpse of some of these stars, that's what we have to control. When they're coming in, where they're going to park. If they're coming in, they need to stay to the furthest west or the furthest south or north of this location and walk in to areas that will be open to them. Not everybody's going to be accessible to get a peek at the stars. But I think that these street closures, I think the partnership we had with New Jersey Transit Police, with notifying New Jersey Transit, I think that it should be seamless, I hope. And I pray that, we can't control, we can only ask and recommend what we need from New Jersey Transit.
Did they give you any indication of how many trains they were putting on and how late they would run?
They just indicated that they would address the problem and they would add trains, and they would stay later than 11 o'clock. I can't control that. I'm in charge of the public safety for the city, but my business administrator, Eric Pennington, did in fact forward me an email that he made contact. I also spoken to Mayor Baraka about this, and he's also talked either through the business administrator, and he also reassured me that New Jersey Transit would address this.
The lane closures, no pedestrians will be allowed. So, anticipating limousines and stars arrival, who will be allowed to use those lanes, or how will they get access to?
I can't. You're right on target, but I really, because of the security plan, there's certain things I can't tell you. But there will be a lane for limousines. That lane will be utilized for limousines. Not everyone. And the civilians that are in that area are not going to be able to get that close up to the limousines for security reasons. And that whole area, which you want to call it a buffer zone, or we're calling it a critical zone, we're going to limit a lot of pedestrian traffic because of the public safety, height of risk of public safety.
The parking lots that are all around the Prudential Center, I see even on Sunday you're going to start shutting some of that down. Like, what's the plan there as far as all of that?
Sunday night, there's actually I want to call it a rehearsal or a dry run of some with some musicians and some lighting. So you know, some of the parking lots that are going to be affected, they have to have alternate ways for their egress and their ingress into it. So that's been dealt with the police division and the proprietors of these parking lots. Anything else?
I don't wish you the worst, but of course with the era of, I hate to say it, mass shootings, what do you do?
We are prepared. We have, you know, you're never prepared for something totally for a mass shooting, but we have SWAT teams within the Newark Police Division, our SWAT teams. We have SWAT teams that we have that are assisting us from other municipalities. So, like I said early on, Tony, we're prepared, and we're preparing for the worst. And hopefully Tuesday morning, you'll all be here saying what a great job we did.
What do you think of this one?
I think it's a positive thing for the city of Newark. I think that when you look at the arena, the history of the arena, you know, that Newark was a major city. It's the third oldest city that we didn't have an arena, and that an arena was built here. And some of the events that occur at that arena that bring people into the city are you know, our businesses, our restaurant areas. So I think it gives people a different perspective that never been to Newark, but only read about Newark or heard something negative about Newark. So I think it's a positive thing for Newark. And I think that that evening, that's why it's important that all eyes are going to be on Newark because of the event is here.
As far as the scale of the event, is this the biggest thing you guys ever undertaken, or?
Not at all. The biggest that I can remember, 1995, we had the Pope come, and we had President Clinton come to the cathedral, later named the Basilica, and that was monumental. We've had Whitney Houston's funeral. We've had the Super Bowl, the media party prior to the Super Bowl at the arena. That was a lot more people. So there was, you know, we've had bigger events. I think, as I indicated, what's making this a little different is because it's on a day, you know, weekday, and plus the attraction of other people coming here to try to get a glimpse of some of these stars. That's what we're concerned about, the amount of people that are going to try to come in to see.
Are all local hospitals under alert?
Everybody. Hospitals are under, EMS is going to be, Deputy Chief reminded me before we came in, EMS is going to be part of our command post. We have our utility company is going to be part of our command post. We're preparing like it's a full-blown snowstorm or disaster. So we'll be prepared and ready, and hopefully it'll be seamless, and it'll be a very productive night, and it'll be another positive thing for the city of Newark.
Do you have even a ballpark figure for how many people might end up in that area?
I can tell you that law enforcement personnel, we have anywhere from 3 to 375 officers that will be working this. That's with our partners. That's with our own department. You know, so that's how many. But as far as people, we know that there's anywhere between 14 and 15,000 that are coming to the actual event inside the arena. We're planning for anywhere from 5,000 to 7,500 spectators that may want to come down here to be nosy. And then we also have to look at, after the event, the after parties. Mars is having a party, we know. And then we have to look at our restaurant district. People, when they're done, they're going to be hungry and thirsty. And hopefully they're going to go spend some money down the Ironbound. So we're prepared down there also.
So they'll be staying open later, because typically those restaurants will be shut down.
Well, they can't stay later than 2 a.m. because of the ABC. So they'll be open till 2. Thank you.
Dr. Ambrose,
Yes.
before you go, do you have favorite for music artist of the year. You got
Do you even know any of the
The
artists?
music artists I know, they're either dead or they got no hair like me, so. Nah, not really. I'll be there, though. I'll be out there, though, riding around with the chief of police and with Deputy Chief Gonzalez and Captain O'Hara. We have, and our deputy chief that oversees operation happened to take vacation. He's here. He starts Monday. I wonder if he planned this, but so we've been planning. The Operations Bureau, the chief's office, they've been planning for this, dealing with you know, all the partners and stakeholders in this. So again, it's all eyes will be on the city, all eyes because of this event, and we're going to do the best we can, like we always do. I have faith in the police division. I have faith in our partners that we work hand in hand, and I think that this will go over seamless. Thank you.
If this goes seamlessly, like you think, do you
We've been watching as officials in Newark outline plans for street closures this weekend ahead of the MTV Video Music Awards. The VMAs will be held Monday night at the Prudential Center starting at 8 o'clock. Street closures begin Sunday afternoon on Mulberry Street between Market and Lafayette and will be extended on Monday. Now, officials are warning of rush hour gridlock Monday evening and asking some downtown businesses to let employees work from home or leave early to ease congestion. Newark City Hall will be closed at 1 p.m. with employees working from other locations. As far as security, officials say they are prepared with many layers of security, including SWAT teams and many plainclothes officers. For more information about VMA street closures, head over to our website, cbsnewyork.com. Right now, we're taking a quick break. We'll be right back here on CBSN New York.